Perfect Turd Podcast, episode 210, Lamar Black Santa.
Well, Joe, we're still in, the Christmas spirit. Well, we went back with Santa and we went back to Maverick Films as well and
Yes.
their urban movies, whatever. This movie is about a Santa that has some problems who happens to be black.
Yes. Well, you touched on it there, so we might as well continue. Our first category is, what did we think of the story?
This man kidnaps all of the people who are crappy to him in his life.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much tortures them as he tells them what they did that was so horrible in his life, dressed as Santa Claus.
Yeah. That was pretty much it.
Yeah, that was it. And the only tie-in is that does it matter if we spoil anything?
No.
Really? No. His real father died on Christmas, so that's the tie-in to Santa Claus.
You're right. Well, I actually thought as a whole, like it wasn't an awful premise. Like this guy went crazy. He gathered up like his drug addicted mother, the foster family that did him wrong, the doctor that killed his brother. Like he got everyone together, rounded him up just to kill them, but and also, I guess, kind of air his grievances with them.
Because they forgot what they did.
You're right. So. I was like, well, that's kind of fun in a way, but the way they did it in this movie, it wasn't fun. Because it was like a series of flashbacks and stuff, but none of it really came across that fun like it could have been.
It should have been, you should have made a list.
That would have been cool.
And then, like, as he's going after these people, of course, he's crossing them off and stuff like that. But he actually, like, sneaks in their houses, comes down the chimney and stuff like that. Maybe has, like, a thing of coal that he uses to bash people. But no.
Right, yeah.
We don't even see him round these people up.
Not really. The one guy, kind of.
That's in the first, 5 minutes of the movie.
Also, his girlfriend, who's pregnant, we saw him round her up.
in 2 scenes, Joe. And wait a minute, that's because she was coming over.
Yeah, and then she told him she was pregnant, and he drugged her and brought her back with the other people.
That was it.
Well, what do you give it for story, Labar?
I'll give it a 0.5.
Yeah,
what are you giving it?
I agree. Half a point for me too, because I do feel like there was something there. The execution was poor. Our next category is, what do we think of the characters that never age in this movie?
What are you talking about, Joe? Their hair becomes gray.
That's true. They did.
Their hair becomes gray, and they have stuff on their face, Joe. So
do they? Do they have stuff on their face?
They only did it to one guy.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't the best.
Well, okay, so you had the guy that's angry. Then, like I said, we had the mother that was a drug addict. And then what happened was a lady came and took him and his brother into foster care, but then she forgot about him. So he's angry at her. And then the foster mother, who had them chained to a bed, apparently, and his little brother wouldn't keep quiet, so she got the neighborhood doctor come to give him some drugs to calm him down, and that killed him. So you had the doctor, and then you had the daughter of the doctor got involved in this, and then you had his girlfriend, and you had the wife of the doctor. Yeah. I mean, other than the Santa guy, like, the rest of the characters were kind of pointless, I guess.
And even with the Santa, he just got repetitive. It's like...
Yeah.
Like, he did it... Well, we'll talk about Christmas spirit, but it's just kind of like... Meh.
I guess, like you said, the problem is like... it was in a unique situation, but they didn't do anything unique with the characters. Like you said, if you'd have had the naughty list or something, that would have been fun or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. What do you give it for
I
characters?
give it a 0,
I think I'll
bro.
have to agree on that.
Yeah, nah.
Well, our next category is well, kills. How did he do with the kills?
It's not really that interesting. He chokes some people, bag over the head.
Yeah.
I think we have a premise that is this movie. He sneaks up on people like on or like Christmas Eve and
Yeah.
then like kidnaps them and stuff. They didn't have they're just in a basement.
Yeah, should have like choked him with some Christmas lights or something. You know?
Yes. Maybe like trap him, I don't know, in a tree or something like that, or
Yeah.
like something with Christmas.
Yeah, I
So
mean there were kills, but yeah, like I said, they didn't do anything with the kills, and it was just some fake blood stuff, nothing special, nothing stand out.
nope.
I guess I'll give it a 0 for kills.
We're looking at a lump of coal again here, Joe.
No, not necessarily so, Mark, because there's our next category, which is what did we think of Santa? Now, in particular, because the name of this movie is
Okay.
Black Santa. And I was watching the whole movie, and I didn't know what the movie was until we watched it. I didn't read anything about it, went into it cold. I thought it was going to be a guy that's going crazy because there's no Black Santa. And like he's the Black Santa. I was like, okay, that might be kind of cool. But it wasn't that, obviously. But why call it the movie Black Santa other than the fact that he's a black man? But it placed no bearing into the plot.
No bearing into the plot or culture of being black or anything like
Right.
that. Like it's not. You could tell this story with a white Santa or an
Yeah.
Asian Santa. I like your premise. Like maybe he was like disgruntled or something like that. Something's already wrong with him, and he's like, "Oh man, I get to be Santa Claus." And they
Yeah.
tell him he can't be Santa Claus because he's black.
Or even if they would have just made a throwback blaxploitation movie and the guy's like Santa has to go kick some ass for whatever reason.
On Christmas Eve because
Yeah.
he wants the kids to be safe on Christmas Day.
Yeah, he's got like he gets frustrated that so
Yeah.
he's like I'm gonna clean up the streets on the Christmas like in his Black Santa. But yeah, this is I mean, what are they trying to say with the title? Like it's like I don't know.
It's they're not trying to say anything. It's laziness. I'm sorry.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
would he give it for Santa?
I gotta give it another 0, man.
Yep, yep, yep. Well, our last category, Labar, the use of the Christmas spirit.
I mean, he made cookies one time. There
He
was
did.
Christmas music.
He got everyone together. You do have to give him credit for that.
He did get people together. Okay, you got people together.
Got people together on Christmas. He aired his grievances.
Yeah.
Um, he made cookies. There was some Christmas music. There was some Christmas music that triggered him for some way,
Well,
right?
because that's when his dad died, and that's
Right.
when everything went wrong and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, but it's like bare minimum. It's bare minimum stuff. Like, we have rewritten this movie like 3 times in this
Yeah.
review. And it's been better when we think of our idea.
Well, what do you give it for Christmas spirit?
I'll be nice. I'll give him a 0.5.
Yeah, I guess I'll agree. There was some Christmas stuff in there.
But I'll say this is a very light 0.5. This is like,
It's only because you're in the Christmas spirit, I guess.
yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, Lamar, we tallied the score, and this movie gets a 1 out of 5. Not the greatest.
Hey, you could have went with so many things. We always say you gotta just if you're gonna go with the crazy premise, go full tilt. You gotta just this is nothing.
They
You're
didn't.
doing
The premise
nothing.
wasn't really crazy. They could have actually had a crazy premise, and it would have been better. This is just a guy that's upset about his life,
Yeah,
and the
basically.
shitty people that were in it. I guess.
That's the plot.
Yeah, and he didn't even kill them in a unique way. That's the most disappointing part about it.
Mm-mm-mm.
Because in a way, like, are you supposed to be kind of rooting for him? You know what I'm saying?
That see, we're rewriting the story again. Like, maybe like something like he has like a something triggers him or something like that on like, during Christmas, the week of Christmas. And he's like, you know what? I'm gonna be my own Santa.
Yeah.
We talked about the naughty list. We talked about all the interesting ways you could kill people and stuff like that and stuff, and they did none of that.
No. Yeah, this was kind of just stupid. Well, I guess does that wrap it up then? And also the Christmas season for us?
I guess so, yeah. Like, this will be, sometimes you get lumps of coal, Joe. It's
We
life.
got more than a few lumps of coal.
We
I think we got
did.
one good movie this whole Christmas season, right?
What was it?
XXXmas.
XXXmas, they killed it. Yeah,
Yeah, everything
everybody
else
else
was
that we
a.
reviewed, step your game up.
All right. Well, there you go. Black Santa. Peace.
Deuces.